What is good, Osiris here? Got one story for you. It's going to be this Matt Gaetz rumor, and it's really going to be more about Rebekah Jones, probably, and the state of journalism today. It's going to start with a tweet. Everything starts from Twitter, doesn't it? Rebekah Jones was in a Twitter Spaces, I believe it was last night or 2 nights ago, and was teasing like she had some big news. If you don't know who Rebekah Jones is, she's this data analyst that was in Florida that helped, I think, help build. I can look it up here just to confirm so I don't misspeak here. She managed the team. This is according to Wikipedia. Rebekah Jones managed the team that created the Florida Department of Health pandemic dashboard. She was fired from her position in May 2020, which she said was due to her refusal to misrepresent pandemic data. In May of last year, 2022, Florida's Office of Inspector General found her claims to be unsubstantiated. So the source of these rumors is not a very good source. Broken Traditions, what's up? We got a story here, Broken. Thank you for coming by, man. We got a story here of somebody dishing tea. I don't know if it's true or not. It could be true, but to me, there's not enough evidence here for this to be written in an article and taken up by Newsweek. Newsweek took this tweet from Rebekah Jones, and let me share that here. This is how it all started, and she's talking about more things too now. So she's going on deeper. So she's saying that there's evidence of all kinds of stuff going on in Matt Gaetz's office. And let me share it here. So these are the tweets here from Rebekah Jones. Rebekah Jones is saying that Matt Gaetz is having an affair with a staffer. That is what she is alleging. And she's even doing more than that. She is also saying that Matt Gaetz is involved in something to do with children. This is the children one. She said, breaking two staffers in Matt Gaetz's office say they have evidence that these allegations are true, and that the disgraced congressman's behavior is much worse than publicly known. This comes as Gaetz makes moves to run for governor. I have not heard that. That's the first I've heard of, other than through her. And Newsweek picked up on all these rumors. So if you're on Twitter, and I think this is kind of interesting because they try to put it on Blue Anon. You might have heard the term Blue Anon. They try to make it sound like, or the 17th letter. Blue Anon is what you could argue she is doing. They do that 17th letter group and say it's conspiracy theories and this wackadoo and all that. And it might be, I don't follow them at all, but this is wackadoo and conspiracy theory as well. It could be true, but there's no proof here. Let me show you the Newsweek article here, and it's pretty amazing when you see it. The Newsweek article is based directly off of Rebekah Jones's tweet. Headline from Newsweek: Did Matt Gaetz have an affair with male staffer? What we know. Matt Gaetz's office has branded an allegation that he's having an affair with a member of his staff as totally false and libelous. The allegation presented without evidence by Rebekah Jones. That's the part of the article where you pause. The allegation, this is the beginning of the Newsweek article that I'm showing you. This is the second paragraph. The allegation is the second sentence. The start of the second sentence of the article says, these allegations I'm talking about, the allegations presented without evidence by Rebekah Jones. That's a pretty big thing to start an article with. Like, I'm going to start a video and I'm presenting this without evidence. I mean, you can present opinions, but to make a accusation here is a whole different animal. But that's where journalism is. And it starts there in the second sentence and the article keeps going. And it references this other Rebekah Jones tweet here. And this is basically it. The article just put some words. It could have been written by AI. They have somebody in the byline, but using Chat GPT, you could have written an article or the business version of Chat GPT. Rebekah Jones said breaking Matt Gaetz is believed to be an affair with this person here, Press Secretary Joel Valdez, according to 3 independent sources. And that's where I got the thumbnail. Somebody replied here. What are the 3 sources? The 3, I don't know if I'll be able to find it. I was just looking through the replies, and that's what I used for the thumbnail are the different mugshots from Rebekah Jones. We don't know who the sources are. She has not told us. Matt Gaetz' office and his wife have not responded to requests. This was from yesterday. This is not Gaetz' first affair, nor is it his first with a man. That's interesting how she put with a man in there as if that mattered. And it says, I've had some strange conversations with Matt Gaetz' former people over the last few months, including the person who hosted his watch party. Cameras everywhere, Maddie. She has not released any receipts or any evidence. Before I jump back in the story, that kind of is why I think you might not see good people run for office. There are good people I know in my daily walks of life, and I'm like, damn, you would probably be a legit politician, like a politician that would try to do what's right for people. And I would never wish that upon you. Again, don't know if they're true or not, but it is interesting. Matt Gaetz was the leader of the Rebel Six, and part of the consequences for sticking your neck out there like that, we know could be things like this. Who knows? I don't know that for sure, but he has a target on his back. No doubt Matt Gaetz does. This was the moment that Matt Gaetz, it looked very peculiar. I have not played this video on the channel yet because we kind of got past the speaker vote stuff. And, the news cycle is so quick nowadays. But this is what it looked like right before Matt Gaetz changed his vote. Someone's playing the Godfather music in the background. I'm stopping that. But I don't know who this is that came up to him, but you see Matt Gaetz' face. And I'm just playing this on a loop. If you're just listening, it's in the House of Representatives on the floor. It was tension was crazy. You could cut the tension with a knife. And this dude came up to Matt Gaetz, and you could see in his face, and what people are looking at and intimating from it is, was there a threat made here? I don't know. I'm just saying, look at his face. Look at Matt Gaetz. Something got his attention. So dude's up in there whispering. Dude's up there kind of close. He doesn't want any lip readers, I think. But bro, that's kind of close. But he's in Matt Gaetz' ear, and then Matt Gaetz reacts. See, he's done talking, and then Matt Gaetz reacts. He pulls his head up and looks at him like, okay. That's the impression I got. You see that? And that look on his face is like, okay. It looks like he got threatened. That's what it does look like to me. But who knows? He could have said, have a nice day. We'll go to Cabo later. Who knows what happened? But that look on his face doesn't look like they about to chill in Cabo with some private escorts or anything like that. It looks like he's a little off-put. And he's looking down. He said, okay. So that's part of the story. And I think there is a risk to putting your neck out. This won't be this isn't the first. It won't be the last time somebody tries to come for Matt Gaetz. And if you don't know who this person is, I never heard of Joel Valdez before. Here's his Twitter account. I'm going to share this here. This is Joel Valdez's Twitter account. This is who that Rebekah Jones is coming at. And in a second, we're going to go at John Cardillo had a great thread on Rebekah Jones. So I'm going to go through and end with that. But this is him right here. He is the communications director for Matt Gaetz, executive producer of Firebrand Pod, and that's Matt Gaetz Pod. former war room analyst for Trump 2020 campaign. Went to Chicago. Zoomer. So that's him there with Matt Gaetz. So let's look at the Newsweek article that started by saying there is no proof of this stuff. Let's go take a look at it from the standpoint of journalism. So you started out with there is no proof. So where are you going to go with this? Well, they're going to go without no evidence. They're going to go with the tweet from Rebekah Jones that I just showed you there. And here's the second tweet. She was like, she said, I observed their intimacy in a moment they thought was private after a debate, but didn't want to speculate without proof. And I apologize for having to. The thing that I don't like, Rebekah, is that's not the visual I need right now. It's Matt Gaetz in this bro right now. So I'm going to actually take a step away so I can cleanse. Let me look up Sophia Kiani, friend of show. So we can do a little mental cleansing real quick. Friend of show, so I present to you, this is completely unrelated, just to take a mental cleansing break from the mind. This is Sophia Kiani. Okay, back to the story. What we saw here is allegations and by Rebekah Jones, and she declined to name her independent sources when contacted by Newsweek, saying they work in his office, Matt Gaetz' office, in fear for their jobs. In a statement sent to Newsweek, Gaetz' office fervently denied the allegations, commenting, "Trice fired, indicted, politically defeated, mentally unstable people shouldn't be considered sources by serious media." Mrs. Jones's statements referenced no sourcing or evidence in her defamatory post. So let me go to and end with Rebekah Jones. A lot of people were saying that Matt Gaetz should sue. I don't know how that works. A lot of times people don't sue when it comes to this stuff because it's murky, it's messy, and it's expensive. I mean, is that really what you want to do? Some people just want to let that story die. But let's look at Rebekah Jones real quick to kind of flashback. This is one of those red pill moments. I was already on the red pill train when this happened, but here's a thread by John Cardillo here. Breaking, this is from May 2020. He was on top of this early. Wow, I didn't find out a lot of this stuff till way after this. He's very good. He has I think he does a streaming or a podcast. Yeah, radio, TV. He was. I thought he still did a podcast. But he's on Getter too. But she was fired for insubordination and has a long rap sheet. So we want to talk about the credibility of who this person is making these allegations. She is an activist. She's all over the place. So Jones also has an extensive criminal record with arrests occurring during her tenure with Florida Department of Health. The mainstream outlets, they made her a hero. They really did. There was a video of I don't know if it was I forgot if it was the sheriffs or who broke in, servicing a warrant on her. And it made it look like she was being harassed almost. They never looked into her background and motives. So we're looking at this. We got criminal mischief, protection, domestic violence, trespassing, robbery by sudden snatching without firearm, stalking, and stalking. Multiple rap sheet there. Doesn't mean these rumors aren't true, but look at the source here. John continued to tweet here in May of 2020. Most importantly, she was a part of a team that is still employed, yet implied that she worked alone and her firing was retribution. But when questioned, she backpedaled. Jones went on to write, "I said they've got a team working on it now." So her story didn't add up. So after, she's a data scientist. After scientists fired, Florida governor calls pandemic data manipulation charge a non-issue. And it did turn out to be a non-issue. The stalking allegations were pretty bad. Here's another thread I'm going to leave out with, and then my final takeaway of why this matters. Her Florida probation was 24 months, which ended 2 days after the November election. Uh, so she had a stalking case on it here. Charges against former state health department worker dismissed after she admits guilt. This was reported by the Miami Herald December of last year. And she had allegedly had an affair with a student at her university job, charged with stalking and threatening him with revenge porn, writing a 342-page manifesto on their private life, let's just say. So I'm going to end with this. Why does it matter? To me, it's just an example of how we have to be comfortable being in the gray area, even though it's a rumor, even though it's unfounded, I should say. That I don't know. I'm definitely not going to believe it, but you don't know what to believe. All I know is I like the work that Matt Gaetz is doing. So I'm still on team Matt Gaetz. There is no question about that. We'll see if there's any facts that come out. I don't even know, even if facts came out on that saying it was true, I don't even know what that really means. What does that have to do with my freedom? What's up? Dan Plamick. Dan Plamick says, supreme respect. Oh, thank you. Thank you for stopping by. Just one topic. Just wanted to talk about that rumor there. It's really out there in the ether, and there's more rumors spawning off of it. So I think Rebekah Jones is an activist going after somebody she knows that the people who run a lot of the narratives that we see going on want him out of the way. And there's a discussion about who's going to be vice president. Would Marjorie Taylor Greene have a chance at being vice president? We knew for a long time that that's what she was angling for, but strategically, people want Trump to win and want Trump to pick a woman, or even DeSantis to win or DeSantis to pick a woman. But Matt Gaetz is probably the number two. You would think Carrie Lake would be number one, but Matt Gaetz, to me, would be above. Why would you pick Marjorie Taylor Greene over Matt Gaetz? The only thing would be demographics. But again, it's just another example of how got to navigate through the gray area. I think there was a site I use, this tweeting site, and they said that Rebekah Jones was peddling lies. I didn't like that verbiage. I don't know if it's a lie or not. We don't know. So she's peddling rumors without evidence. That's what's happening. Thanks a lot for checking it out. Let me know what you think. Peace.